Welcome to STEAMmaker Mondays. Hello, I'm James Jenkins, and this episode, brought to you by the Education Partnership, is an exploration of one of our local nonprofits to find out what STEAMmaker opportunities we can connect you with. Today we're going to interview Casey Mindlin, the new Executive Director of STEM Coding Lab. The STEM Coding Lab is the only Pittsburgh nonprofit devoted exclusively to providing computer science education to our region's under-resourced youth. Casey, he has a passion for STEM education, and we want to find out more about what's happening at his organization. Your background and prior work experience focused heavily on public policy. How does that experience shape your approach to this new role that you have?
Yeah, it certainly has shaped my approach to this new role in many ways, and I think that in many cases, in order to understand the problems that persist, not just in education, but in our communities generally, it requires a knowledge of the systems that need to be changed within our society and the legislative pathways to changing those systems, right? And I think, our kids are vulnerable to the inequities that the system has created. And my work in public policy will continue in this role by way of advocating for increased investments into these kids and their learning of STEM education.
That I can agree on. The investment needs to be there. And I'm wondering, how do you involve the parents and the teachers in this day-to-day operations?
It's crucial. I think that we get kids every day between the hours of 3:30 and 5:30, right? That leaves 22 hours throughout every single day in which these kids not only need to learn and learn how to collaborate and innovate themselves, but they also need to feel supported by the adult role models that are around them. And that's the reason why we've engaged in professional development training for teachers, parent engagement that allows parents to understand the real sort of risks out there in the digital world, data privacy, internet security, preventing cyberbullying. These are all things that parents need to work to learn about themselves, as well as institute practices within the house as well as the classroom that allows their kids to be a safe, secure.
And what are your hours of operation there?
We're open 9 to 5:30 every single weekday. Our program offerings are typically from the hours of 3:30 to 5:30. But that being said, we have been doing lots of very interesting work via asynchronous video instruction for our students that can be consumed at any time of the day, as well as staff office hours where kids can come virtually to our program director, Jason, and ask him questions and talk about the lessons and stuff like that. So, while it's typically 3:30 to 5:30, we really have, again, adapted, evolved, and sought to accommodate this difficult and uncertain environment with, as comprehensive program offerings as possible.
Well, that's something I need to put on my list. Contact Jason about curriculum development. Well, okay, so a lot of our teachers, they rely on summer programs. Is that something that you guys are looking into?
Yeah, well, I hope that at that stage, summer of 2021, we will be back to normal here, amidst the pandemic. And, we certainly do, we certainly are committed to offering our services to kids throughout the summer so that that summer slump doesn't occur, right? And we've supported Pittsburgh Public Schools District's Summer Dreamers Academy for the last 2 years, and we intend on extending our engagement in the summer to include specific STEM coding lab, workforce readiness programming with the Pittsburgh Technology Council, as well as the city's Rec to Tech team, as well as a number of other partners. So, I think that there are tons of opportunities that we have a responsibility to capitalize on during those months where students are going to be hungry for in-person engagement, instruction, collaboration with their fellow classmates, and we can't wait to get back.
I think we're all excited about some great things that are going to happen this summer. And talking about exciting things, can you show us some of the STEAM kits that you have available for your teachers?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the bench robots, which allows our robotics education to come to life, right? Where kids can use their knowledge around computer science to actually code their own robot and make it do great things and fun things. We want this education to be fun, right? So that's why we've made investments into these kits, like the bird brain technology, the Finch robots here, as well as things like Bitbox, right, where app design comes to life, right, and animation comes to life. These are things that offer real value to kids because they're fun, right? They're fun, they're experiential, and we want it to be an engaging experience that allows them to really be inspired by it.
So what are the specific grade levels that you support at the STEM Coding Lab?
Well, we cover the full K-12 spectrum, but I would have to say that our sweet spot is grades 3 through 8. I believe that upper elementary and middle school learners are ready to receive this instruction, ready to engage, and ready to learn about the varied applications of computer science in a way that contextualizes its impact on daily life. They know about robots, but to what degree do they actually know about how robots are affecting the tech industry and what jobs are in robotics or animation or any of those practices?
So can you tell me a little bit more about learning coding at an earlier age?
Well, I think one of the important benefits to early introduction of computer science is that the kids learn foundational skills that will carry on across all points of their life.
So you talk a lot about this workforce readiness and the approach to connecting them with industry. Is there any outreach that you're currently doing with the industry partners that are in our Pittsburgh community?
Yeah, so absent the tech industry, folks like Google and Argo AI and those kinds of companies, I think that industries like the healthcare industry, where their operation is increasingly reliant on electronic health record, which is grounded in computer science. We believe that all of those industries that have been innovating with computer science to improve the livelihood of all of our citizens should be included in our instruction so as to fully contextualize the impact of the tech industry to kids, as well as the opportunities that exist within those industries. So we feel it's important.
Is there a formal application process for the teachers to engage in the programs that you guys are offering?
Well, as I said, I think that no one school is the same as the next, right? So given that reality, we really do like to have individual conversations with teachers and administrators to better understand what the needs are of their classrooms and to calibrate our programmatic approach accordingly, right? I think that personalized learning and true engagement inspires trust among students and allows students to understand that we're here on their behalf, wanting to support their growth. And so I think that our approaching every school with one uniform program offering, it doesn't reflect the fact that every school is different and every school needs a customized, tailored approach to meet specific needs.
Well, that's good to know. But what the teachers are going to want to know is how they can connect with you. What would be the best approach for them to contact you?
I would tell you to give every teacher that needs us my cell phone number directly, because we want to help every single one of them. We want to go wherever kids need our assistance the most. And they can start by, emailing me at casey@stemcodinglab.org. And, we're eager to have the conversation and determine how best we can be of service.
Well, that's definitely an easy link, and we'll make sure that the teachers have that information so they can get in contact with you. Are there any upcoming events that we should be aware of?
Yeah, well, in addition to just the opportunity for teachers to contact us at info@stemcodinglab.org to explore whether STEM Coding Lab's program offerings are right for your kids' after-school enrichment activities. I think that what we're most excited about is our renewed focus on workforce readiness, and the ability to introduce kids to computer science jobs and tech jobs that will lead them into a prosperous future. And to that end, we have a wonderful forthcoming partnership with the Pittsburgh Technology Council, as well as the City of Pittsburgh's Rec to Tech team, where we're going to be focused on about 6 computer science themes. And those themes include artificial intelligence, robotics, animation, cybersecurity, data analytics, and advanced manufacturing. And we're going to focus a week on each of those themes. And a part of that week will include expert speakers from Pittsburgh's tech industry that come into the classroom to be able to share their story with kids who need to hear it and see themselves in the shoes of a tech expert that is working to drive the industry. And we're going to not just engage kids with the volunteer speaker, but we're also going to ask them to do things like code their own robot, animate their own story, create their own app, right? And that is available to all students across this city. We want to make sure that kids are getting access to the information, stories they need to see opportunities in the tech industry as being more than just some far-flung pipe dream, right? And I'd encourage all teachers who are interested in getting their kids involved to, again, email us at info@stemcodinglab.org, and we'll get you a flyer right away.
Well, that's some definitely great programming that you have to offer, and I think our teachers are going to be very excited to learn more about that. Make sure you keep in contact with me, and I want to thank you so much for being here and answering some of the questions and finding out more about the programming at the STEM Coding Lab.
I couldn't be more grateful for the work of the Education Partnership, everything that you guys do. It's true that a rising tide lifts all boats, and the Education Partnership is a huge piece of that rising tide here in Pittsburgh that needs to continue if we are to be of service to the kids who need us the most. So I look forward to doing whatever we can to gain the benefit of your collective expertise, partner with you guys, work together, and Lord knows, keep my face off screen for as long as possible.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, James. I really appreciate it.